Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Thanks for coming by. Today is Murdaugh Monday. Yes, updates on all things Alec Murdaugh. You're not going to want to miss it. Stay tuned. Crafting Journey here, that Journey Chick over on Instagram and on my second YouTube channel, The Leftovers is how I am known, and the link to that is down in the description. Yes, new background, yay! Got rid of the yarn thing because it was literally falling apart, and I cleaned everything Friday, Saturday, and part of Sunday. I did a live yesterday where I showed the whole thing that I did here. I got the Christmas tree going here. There's a fireplace right here. You don't see it. But the Christmas tree, I haven't decorated it yet, but I will. What I'm going to do is I have handcrafted ornaments that were gifted to me by subscribers last year. I'm going to put those on this year as well. And if you guys have any handcrafted ornaments you want me to put on the tree this year, send them my way. Just private message me and I'll give you my address. So, put my coffee warmer here. I finally plugged in the coffee warmer because I was tired of cold coffee. How is everybody today? I had a really good weekend, except for last night. Just, I think my sister said everybody had fireplaces going, and that maybe was messing with my sinuses. I don't know. It was just one of those nights where you have to take cold medicine to get, so you can get to bed, basically. So you can stop using the box of tissues. Anyhow, the dogs have new sweaters. Did you see? Yes, new sweaters, and because that's like I purchased two things for Black Friday. A couple of diamond paintings from Dreamer Designs and these sweaters from Chewy. Check out Chewy for Cyber Monday because I got 4 dog sweaters for like $40. My glasses are falling off here. Okay. So I thought I would have this painting done, but I really wasn't feeling well last night, so I didn't finish it. But this is all I have left is this like little section here, which is all color blocking, and then this whole thing will be done. And then I plan on putting it on the wall over. You can't see it here, but it'll be on the wall over here. Anyway, so I have a couple of cases I want to talk to you about. First of all, there is a new trial. Yes. This is out of Texas, has to do with a Border Patrol agent who they say is a serial killer. What? Yeah. So we're going to call this the Border Patrol agent case. And his name is Juan David Ortiz. On or about September of 2018, well, like during this whole month of September, he murdered, or he is alleged to have murdered 4 different people on 4 different dates: Melissa Ramirez, Claudine Nuella, Lucinda Hernandez, and Janelle Ortiz. 4 different dates in September, and then threatening 2 other people. So he's in big trouble. So this trial, they're doing opening statements, like as I speak, they're doing opening statements, but I'm going to go back and listen to those. I will bring you complete coverage of that tomorrow. They are in Webb County, Texas, if I forgot to mention that. Yeah. So this is Murdaugh Monday. Welcome to Murdaugh Monday. Yes. What would Monday be without an update in the Alex Murdaugh saga? The legal saga that is sweeping the country. Like, this thing went so viral. I started doing the Murdaugh stuff several months ago when one of my subscribers who lives in South Carolina said, hey, you should probably cover this stuff. And she was right. Oh, my word. I have to give credit to Mandy Matney, who has been investigating this family for 4 years, Alex Murdaugh's family for 4 years, and Fitz News, which is, I think, her employer. Anyway, That's where I get my source from, because they've got reporters in the courtrooms and they know what's going on with the hearings. And so Alex Murdaugh, as you are aware, is on trial, or will be going on trial in January, for the murder of his wife Maggie and his son Paul. Now he has another son, Buster, who is still free, not been charged with anything. But there's so much criminal enterprise surrounding Alex Murdaugh. I can't even scrape the surface in a 30-minute show. But today I'm going to bring you the federal case of Russell Laffitte. Now, how is he related to Alex Murdaugh? Well, Russell Laffitte couldn't. He was the president of Palmetto State Bank. I'm going to diamond paint while I talk to you. He was the president of Palmetto State Bank. This is the bank that Alex Murdaugh used to to funnel all his money through for these. Alex was a lawyer. He's disbarred now. He's in jail waiting trial on a lot of stuff, including what we're going to talk about today. But what Alex would do is he'd take all these multi-million-dollar cases, settle them, set up Russell Laffitte as the conservator of the money. So in other words, he would be in charge of when this family gets the money. So then Alex, when he got the checks, he would funnel them through this Palmetto State Bank with Russell Laffitte. So Russell Laffitte was charged in federal court. This is the first of anything to go to trial related to Alex Murdaugh. Now, Alex was not on trial, but Russell Laffitte was, for bank fraud, wire fraud, conspiracy, and 3 counts of misapplication of bank funds related to cases where he was a conservator for Alex Murdaugh's multi-million-dollar settlements, where he was supposed to oversee giving funds to these families and didn't do it. So one of the families that was involved in this case, the current trial, or it's over now, but I'm going to tell you how it came out. So this whole trial centered around the case of Donna Badger. Donna Badger was a 35-year-old woman, mother of 6 children, married for 12 years. She dies in this horrendous car crash when a UPS truck is driving down the highway and veers into her lane, and there's this collision. So, we're talking UPS. So multi-million-dollar settlement, but Alex Murdaugh never tells the husband that, first of all, that we put some of that multi-million dollars aside for you. Never tells him. Then the man who's trying to take care of his 6 kids, Alex and Russell Laffitte supposedly structured the settlement for the kids, which means they get the money over time. 20 years. Yeah, it just depends on the structure of the settlement. But these were fake structures. There was really no structure. So what happened was, when this man was asking, first of all, he didn't know that Alex and Russell had set aside $1.3 million for him to take care of his children. He didn't even know about that. Then when he's trying to get the other money for the kids, he's having a difficult time. So Russell Laffitte is accused of taking money from the Badger estate and paying back loans that were made where they borrowed money from the Hannah Plyer case. This is so complicated. They took loans out on the Hannah Plyer case. They had to pay back those loans, so they used money from the settlement of the Badger case. Now, the Hannah Plyer case was her and her sister, Elena. They were 8 and 12 at the time that their mother and older brother get into a car wreck. They had a blowout of a tire, and it caused them to swerve, and they hit some trees, and they both perished. So same thing. Russell Laffitte was set up as a conservator of their estate. He's supposed to be doling out money to these people, and they were asking for the money, and he needed to pay it back. And yeah, so he was borrowing money from one estate to pay another estate. So he was accused in this trial, the federal trial, of intentionally diverting, in one case, 600. He wrote a check for $680,000 to PMPED, which is the law firm where Alex Murdaugh works, and that was to cover other money that Alex had, misappropriated. So then, also of giving he made a $750,000 loan to Alex Murdaugh, and then he gave Alex Murdaugh a $500,000 line of credit. Yeah. And this is like this good old boy thing that had been going on for a long time. I don't know why Alex is not charged in federal court, or maybe he is and it just hasn't gone to trial. But Russell Laffitte has these 6 charges related to these cases that I just mentioned. The jury on Tuesday before Thanksgiving, I think that was the 22nd, not sure, they started deliberating about whether he was guilty of this. Now, Russell said, yeah, I did it. But in order for him to be convicted, the jury had to believe that he intentionally did this. And he got on the stand on his own behalf and said, no, I didn't intentionally do this. I was duped by Alex Murdaugh. It was what the locals are calling the aw shucks defense. Aw shucks, I didn't know, Alex told me to do it and I did it, Well, so the jury is deliberating. 9 hours into the deliberation, they come out and there's all these notes, all these little post-it notes to the judge. Note number 1 was from one of the jurors, and they're like, it's late, I need medication, I'm feeling pressurized by these other jurors, and, so the judge just says, okay, fine, you're excused, and he replaces that person with an alternate. Now, then some of the other notes were from other jurors collectively. They were writing as a group, and they were saying, hey, there's a guy in here, or, the one of the jurors in here is being very hostile, and they're saying that they're not going to consider the evidence. We're trying to talk to them, and they're just not listening to us, and then there was another note from a different juror saying, I'm having anxiety. I can't handle this anymore. And so he excused that person. Now, nobody knows if either of those 2 jurors that were excused and replaced with alternates was one of the ones that group was referring to. But, they had already deliberated 9 hours. It's clear that one of them probably was the holdout. So they go back, they get the alternates onto the jury. They go back 2 hours later, they have a verdict. So they come back late. This is late Tuesday night before Thanksgiving. They come back and they find him guilty on all 6 counts. And each count comes with a penalty of up to 30 years in prison. Federal, club fed. Federal prison. But he is out on bond until the sentencing. And who knows when that will be. In federal court, it could be 6 months down the line. It's not usually anytime soon after the verdict. So that was Russell Laffitte. Yes, I know. Not a big show today. Not a lot to cover. I know. So what's going on in the crafting world? Like I said, I did purchase 2 Dreamer Design diamond paintings. I did. I finished a cowl, a crochet cowl that I made, and I don't like it. My sister doesn't like it. I didn't like the yarn. It was a Karen cake yarn. Didn't like it. Was it a latte cake? It's part of it is wool, and the cat hair kept sticking to it, and cat hair doesn't seem to stick to the acrylic too bad, but this wool was just like a magnet for the cat hair, and the colors weren't that great, and I thought that it didn't have a great feel to it. It's kind of scratchy, and I thought, yeah. So that is that. A lot of eBay sales on my reselling business, the leftovers. So I'm excited about that. There's been a lot of complaints that sales are slow on eBay, but it's Cyber Monday, and I've already made a sale, so I'm happy. I'm happy. Yeah. Now, if I could just cover the shipping costs, and yes, the buyers are supposed to pay shipping, but I still have to pay for the boxes and the paper and the bubble wrap, and yeah, I know I should charge more for handling. I really should, but anyway, live and learn, right? Those Sakura china plates that I bought, Christmas plates, they're gorgeous, but it costs so much to ship them because I don't want them to break. Um, just in packaging materials, that stuff is so expensive. Anyway, I'm off on a tangent. Anyway, so I'm gonna go listen to the opening statements in this new Border Patrol case because I'm super excited about that. The Border Patrol case with Juan David Ortiz. I'm gonna have to practice rolling my R's because that's gonna be a thing today, right? With Melissa Ramirez. I can't do it. I gotta practice. Ramirez, Claudine Nalala, Lucinda Hernandez, Janelle Ortiz. I gotta practice. Here's how I just imitate who's the guy on the weekend that replaces Lester Holt on the NBC News. He's so good at rolling his R's. He's a Miami local. I remember him from when I lived in South Florida. I can't think of his name, but Hispanic, and he's so good with the rolling of the R's and the L's, and anyway. I need to stop while I'm ahead. All right, guys, have a great Monday. I will see you tomorrow in Crafting and Crime Daily. I know it was a short one, but yeah, I had to bring you the Murdoch news. Not a lot happened over Thanksgiving. There are closing arguments today in the George Wagner case. I was listening this morning. I tune in 30 minutes later. 30 minutes after they get started, the woman is still talking. I get in there an hour after she started. She's still talking. 2 hours later, she's still talking. I'm like, what does she have to say for 2 hours? George Wagner is charged with 8 murders. So closing arguments today. That'll go to the jury, and they'll start deliberating. I'll bring you the verdict when that comes through. So take care, everybody, and have a great day. Take care.